In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 cute texts that make a man miss you. And I gotta say, I don't think I've ever said the word cute out loud before, but I am talking to a female audience, and these texts are pretty freaking cute, so keep watching. Hey there, my name is Adam Littleche, founder of lovestrategies.com, where I help successful single women get out there and attract long-lasting love and do it with a proven strategy. And this video is just all about upping that text game. Because whether we like it or not, texting is actually a pretty critical part of your dating strategy, right? It's going to be a part of it. But what I've found is that a lot of people misuse texting. They use it in the wrong way. Texting is not to be used for long, in-depth, deep conversations or, of course, confrontational fights or anything like that. Texting is really a great way to build desire. It's a great way to flirt. It's a great way to banter. It's a great way to just make someone kind of miss you and want to see you in the real world. And that's all it really is for, especially in the early stages of dating. So I want you to start thinking of it as that tool to be able to flirt with a guy and be able to build that desire and get him missing you. And here's a few examples of how you can actually do that. All right, the first text that'll make a man miss you is just sending him a picture of you with someone else doing something absolutely epic. Long story short, doing something really fun without the guy. Now, as a caveat, I don't recommend you send a picture of you with another guy. That would not be appropriate, and that's likely going to turn him off. But let's say, for example, you went hiking with a friend on a Saturday and you just had an amazing time and you're at the top of the mountain and you want to send him that picture. Subconsciously or consciously, he's going to have wanted to be there. He's going to see that picture and be like, oh, that looks fun. I kind of wish I was there. And this only works when you're actually doing something pretty epic or pretty awesome. So don't send a picture of like your Sunday brunch eggs on toast with like avocado on the side, okay? No one cares to see that. It's not going to make him miss you. But if you're doing something really interesting with your life, it shows that you're a high value woman that's doing cool stuff with other people, and bam, that's going to make him miss you. Now, the second text that is going to make a man miss you is if you text him this. I was just thinking back to when. Now, of course, with this text, you can insert anything. And this is just a memory that you have together. When maybe it was your first date, when you went to a certain restaurant. Maybe you've been dating for a long time and you've had other experiences together. But it shows him that he's on your mind, which is obviously a positive thing, but also what this is going to do is elicit that emotional response and bring him back to that time when you were doing that thing together. And that's great. It's going to make him want to miss you. It's going to make him want to close that gap. And honestly, it's just a cute text that you can just bring back and start conversation about what it is that you guys did together. Now, here's another sneaky text that you can use that makes a man miss you. Wait, where's the text? Get it? Like, there's no text, so just stop texting him so much. Look, I get it. It's a stupid example, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you want to have someone miss you, space is necessary. You need to create space, you need to create distance. And I'm not telling you that you need to count like every single minute between the last text he sent you versus the text you're going to send him. You don't have to do that, okay? Let's not go to that extent. Instead, I want you to just have so many cool things going on in your life that you don't have time to text him all the time. You won't have time to like just constantly be in contact with each other because you're just like off having an amazing life, doing great things, being social, reconnecting with your friend group. And if you struggle with this, maybe put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I live with my phone on Do Not Disturb, not for this reason, just because I don't really like texting personally. And frankly, when you do this, it makes people want to text you more. It has this weird effect. I don't know why people do that. And I think this is especially true when it comes to dating. So if you want to make a man miss you, one of the easiest texts, this one's not cute, is to just stop texting so much and create that space. And if you do struggle to create space and you're losing patience throughout the process, then be sure to lean into what we call little love step number 5. That's where we pace the progression of our connections, slow things down, create space, not only texting, but how often we're seeing him, how often we are pushing things forward. And we, throughout this process, as our clients do, we are the pacers. We slow things down. And if you really struggle with this, I have a free training for you. It's at lovestrategies.com, or we'll leave a link in the description that walks you through every part of the little love steps because I want you to have power throughout the process. And another text that you can send that might even be a little bit seductive is, I'm wearing something right now that I think you'd like. This is low-hanging fruit for guys, okay? We're just appealing to his visual. He's going to be thinking to himself, what could she possibly be wearing right now? You can't even imagine how many images are going to just go through his brain in that given moment. And that's good. It's going to have him closing the gap, wanting to see you and having him pursue you. Now, please, dear God, don't send this to a guy you've only gone on one date with. This is more appropriate for a guy where you're in Little Love Step 5, or of course in Little Love Step 6 or 7, which is a committed exclusive relationship. Don't send this too early on in the dating process because this might be just a little bit too forward and a little bit too seductive. And the final text that I think is really cute and just fun and it will make a man miss you is, I bet my weekend beat your weekend. This is just an example of a really fun banter text, okay? It's like, just, you know, you're just having a little bit of fun, you're kind of poking fun, but it does raise your value and it shows him that you had an awesome weekend. And if there's been a guy that you haven't talked to in like a week or two and you want to re-spark a little bit of energy in the connection, send him this text and I guarantee you he's going to come back with, no way, my weekend was way more fun than yours. And then you can just kind of banter back and forth and recreate that kind of flirtatious energy between the two of you. So now I want to hear from you in the comments right there below. Have you ever sent a guy any of these texts? Or go ahead and send a text and let us know how it goes in the comments. Or even on top of that, if you have a go-to text that you want to share with the community, leave all that right there below in the comments. This community is incredible. Get involved. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this video. And if you want more help in your love life, go to lovestrategies.com because we have an amazing community. We have coaches that can help you through every single stage of getting out there, attracting love, and of course, keeping that man in your life. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you, you beautiful lady, next week. Bye-bye.